Hello everybody, Ian Gilder TV Travel Shop. I am on a most amazing cruise ship. I'm with Tradewind on the Golden Horizon. I'm with the lovely Rachel Healy, Trade Manager for Tradewinds. Thank you very much for having me.
It's our pleasure, absolute pleasure.
I think it's a little bit easier if you tell everybody what's so special about your ship. We are going to do a ship review as well. We're going to go around, show some of the great areas of the ship, and then we'll give you our own honest and independent feedback at the end of this video. But I think if it comes from Rachel, we're going to know more about the ship and what I'm going to give you. So,
thanks,
tell us about Tradewinds, please, lovely.
We are really fortunate. We've got the Golden Horizon, where we are speaking to you from right now. Golden Horizon is the largest square sailing ship in the world. She has, and you'll see this when you see the pictures, she has the most beautiful sails. We've got 32 sails up there. And the whole idea behind the ship and our philosophy is our itineraries have been planned to follow the sun, follow the winds, and to be sailing rather than using the engine. So it's all about sustainability and doing something that other cruise ships just aren't doing. So the fact that we are smaller, maximum guest size is 270, 140 cabins, means we can get to the places other cruise ships just can't get to. So smaller beaches, smaller ports, making it really exciting for us to get to all these lovely remote places.
I absolutely love this ship. I'm really actually blown away. And you said obviously there's only 270 people on here. We're on here with the trade. There's how many of us on here at the moment? There's about 100?
We're just under 100.
Just under 100. The one thing that I've noticed is just the space. Literally, you never find people anywhere. It's just really chill and everything else. Would you describe this like a bigger river cruise experience type of thing in your opinion?
I think, I know what you're saying with river cruise. We're very much boutique. I think the whole idea of the ship is that we've got these big expansive decks, we've got places that people can go, so you can be as sociable as you like or you can be as private as you like. So there's loads of places to chill out, whether it's out on the deck or inside in one of the many public areas. So yeah, maybe a larger version of a river cruise, but this is very different from a river cruise.
Yeah, kind of what I can see. I think it's very exclusive, it's very different, it's romantic. It's if you're celebrating your birthday or wedding anniversary, you want to propose to your girlfriend or somebody else's girlfriend, even better. So
ideally your own.
Yeah, I crack this joke all the time. So with this, is it on all-inclusive basis or is it full board? What's included and what's normally included?
Okay, so at the moment, you've got pretty much everything included. The things that are not included, it's probably easy to say that, would be your shore excursions, spa treatments. At the moment, we include all your soft drinks, beer and wine during the lunch and dinner services. But things like your Wi-Fi, your gratuities, full board, all included. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, and lots of snacks in between. So yeah, you won't go hungry. And
I've got to say, the food I had last night was as good as I've had on any cruise ship. And how long you've actually been sailing now? Is this the second cruise?
This is the second, yeah. So we had our sort of trial run last week. And then yeah, this is our second cruise, and I think everybody's just so excited because nobody's been out for the last sort of 15 months. So now everybody is out, I guess, on this, and it's a great opportunity for the crew to show their skills off, and the crew are so excited that they can start working again.
I've got to say, with the crew, I got on, and customarily I had a beer, and I actually had it with the top. There's a sort of a southern shandy joke in there from my mates, but literally I was sitting back down again, and before I'd even finished my first one, I already had a second one put there, and then again, your staff are absolutely amazing, considering this is our only second ever cruise. And have these guys come from cruise ships before as well?
Yeah, we've got something like I think we've got about 17 different nationalities we've got on board, and our people are recruited for their experience, but also about their attitude. We are a people company, and it is all about our guests. Everything that we do, our guests are at the heart of our business. So we're here to make our guests happy, and that's really what our crew are here to do. So no request is too ridiculous. We're here to please.
Okay, I'm obviously on here with other trade agents and press. What sort of your average age and demographic of somebody who's going to come on a Tradewinds voyage, or does it depend where it is around the world?
Well, do you know what? It's a really interesting question, because I think when we started out, we had the idea that the demographic was going to be around the sort of 45 to sort of 65 age group. But I think as time's gone on, we've recognised that this ship could be for all sorts of people. The one thing I would say is we don't have any lifts on board, so you do need to be, you need to be mobile. You need to be able to get up and down the stairs and be able to get on and off the ship. So that's the only thing that we ask. But other than that, the ship is open for anybody. Children, we take kids from 9 years and upwards, and certainly when we get into the warmer waters, we've got a fabulous marina which we'll try and show you, where we've got all of our water sports. So there's something for everybody in terms of adventure. Guest speakers that we have on board, so whether you're into whiskey tasting or looking at the stars, there really is something going on all the time.
So you say you've got your guest speakers, you have yoga classes, are they complimentary included in the price?
All included. We've got a gym here, we have yoga classes, stretching classes and meditation. So the real feel of the ship is about health and wellness. So that is, you'll see that running throughout everything that we're doing.
What type of entertainment is going on in the evenings? Is it like full Broadway productions, or is it a lot more low-key?
It's a lot more low-key. We don't have the big stages that the bigger cruise ships have, but what we do have is these beautiful outdoor spaces. So we'll have pianists on board, we'll have our singing duo, there'll be music going on, there'll be films that are happening in our conference room. So yeah, the feel for this is a lot more low-key, but there are things going on.
And you have your show go on in the evening when you drop the sails.
Yeah, I mean last night was quite amazing. There's lots of footage which I'm sure you'll show your viewers of the sails going up, and for everybody it's been such a long time in coming in launching the ship, that to see them come up along with the music that we've had composed especially for this ship was quite an emotional moment.
Okay, I want to go back to something you started with. You said your itineraries and destinations is following the sun and the wind, because obviously this is the world's largest sailing ship. But so does that mean if the wind is blowing in the wrong direction, you're not going to get to your port of call?
No. So what we've done is the way that we look to design the itineraries is so that we can follow the winds and follow the currents. Listen, at the moment we're sailing around the British Isles, so we're kind of going against that at the moment. If we have to use the engines, then we have to use the engines. But yeah, the idea is that it's about sustainability, and it is about being able to sail where we can possibly sail. So that's the whole idea behind that.
Okay, lovely. Thank you very much. Let's go for a tour of the ship and show our clients the best things that this amazing ship has to offer.
Let's do it.
We're now in an outside cabin. I believe this to be the lead-in room, is that correct?
It is indeed, yes. One of the different things that we've done is we are only selling the outside cabins on this ship. So we do have inside cabins, but we've given them all to our crew. So they use as offices and crew quarters. So the great thing is that if you come on board with us, you will only get an outside cabin. So all of our outside cabins will have 2 portholes, either a double or a twin bed, and it does only sleep 2 people. So the sizes of our deluxes range between 12 and 15.5 square metres. You get the same toiletries, which is great. You get your tea and coffee facilities. You've got your storage in the wardrobe. You've got your bathrobes and your slippers. So you've got everything else. The only thing that these rooms don't have is we don't have facilities for room service in these at the moment. So it's only in the balconies and above. But other than that, you've got pretty much everything the same. And these will only come with a shower, not a lot.
So obviously, I know we've got the Marina deck, which is the lowest deck. So the cabins would be slightly cheaper on the Marina deck because it's slightly lower, but they're exactly the same size as when you're coming up the ship. Absolutely. I actually have one of these cabins, and I think it's beautifully appointed. The bathrooms are a good size. Great attention to detail. There's a lot of brass fixtures on. Is it brass or gold? Attention to detail is absolutely immaculate. And so I wouldn't have no problem spending 7 days, 10 days in one of these cabins. The beds were super comfy. You can pull the portholes down as well if you like it really, really dark. now in the heart of the ship. We're in the Marina. This is something a little bit different. Rachel, can you please explain what the Marina is? Because I'm so excited.
Listen, we're excited. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like much at the moment, but if I explain, so we're actually right at the back of the ship. And what happens here, and hopefully you can try and get a quick shot of this, is there's a platform here, and this platform, once we're stopped and we're not at sail, this platform goes down and it becomes then a pontoon into the sea. So what we have housed here, as you can see the wetsuits here, and you can see some of the paddle boards here. But in both these areas, we've got stored snorkels, scuba diving equipment, you've got the noodles, you've got kayaks, canoeing, so you've got a whole host of water sports. So this is going to be a real focal point when we get into the warmer waters for people on a daily basis. They're going to want to come here and get in the water. So if you want to just come here and jump off the back and swim or snorkel, then you can do that. We've got the bobs here as well for the scuba divers. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting place to be.
I was going to say, I had two questions for you. You just covered one, obviously. the sea bobs, they're the things that like pull you along under the water, is that correct?
They are, so yeah, absolutely. So when you're scuba diving and you want to go down to the bottom and you want to cover some distance, then this is what you would use.
Fair enough. Okay, and my next question is, obviously, I'm guessing there is a charge for a lot of the facilities?
There is not. It is all included except for scuba diving. That's the only thing that
I'm guessing the sea bobs would be in the scuba diving part as well.
Correct, absolutely. So you've seen, and I know you have the footage up on deck, so we've got the deep dive pools up on deck, so that's where you can go and do your try dives and your practice dives with your tank and the instructor to get you ready to jump into the ocean.
I was speaking with the water sports manager and he said that the prices range from about £30 up to around about £80 for around about an hour's session, which I don't think is particularly. It is about right with the qualification, with the using of all the equipment, and something using like one of these sea bobs. I've never seen one. I've never scuba dived, and I really quite fancy it now. I think it's actually quite good value for money.
Absolutely, it's great. It is great value for money, and especially when we're going to get to these warm waters. So whether when we'll get to the Indian Ocean, to Australia, maybe the Caribbean. It's just going to be perfect, and this is what you do. This is what a ship like this was built for, was these warm waters so you can jump in and enjoy.
Lovely, thanks Rachel.
Pleasure.
We're now in one of my favourite areas of the ship. We are down in the spa. Included in the price, they have 3 amazing areas. They have a sauna, a steam room, and also a snow room. I think it's the first snow room that I've actually ever seen on a cruise ship, where snow comes down to chill. They've got a lovely shower area, lovely seating area to literally sort of relax, read a book, have a chill, and absolutely get away from it. It's absolutely sensational. We're now in the gym, and considering this ship only holds 270 people, I'm actually super impressed by what they've actually got in here. So you've got all your facilities that you would need, especially for people who like working out. You've obviously got your spikes, there's rowers included down here as well. We have weight benches where you've got free weights where you can give you some good muscles, a good working out. 3 running machines, again another full bench, then also 2 machines as well where you can do your pec deck, you can do your pull downs, you can do your legs. So if you're one of the people who are into the gym, worried about not being able to work out, I think it will certainly do what you need it to do for your 7 to 10 days while you're on this beautiful ship. Like all good cruise ships, they have a lovely boutique. This is towards the back of the ship. The boutique has Tradewind's merchandise. You can get essentials like headache tablets and toothpaste and toothpaste if you've actually forgotten them, which some people often do on a regular basis. At the same area, we're going to have the shore excursion area, and we've also got the libraries. We'll just move on and quickly show you those areas at the same time. Now in a really important part of the ship, and this lovely young lady is one lady you really do need to get to meet. Her name is Claire, and you are the destination manager, is that correct?
Indeed, that is correct.
Would you like to tell the world what your job involves?
So, what all guests will need to visit me for is to take all of our shore excursions in each port. Not only do we visit the top attractions and sites in each place, but we also offer onboard experiences such as dive tasters, PADI certified experiences, and also motorised sea bob.
Yeah, we've actually shown a little bit of this on the video as well. So obviously, with your destination, so obviously, will you personally experience a lot of the excursions which you're recommending to your clients?
Yeah, absolutely. We try, with the size of the vessel, we try to look at a range of options between kind of £20 to £100, depending on how much is actually included in the experience.
So that would be an average price between £20 to £100. You couldn't see them paying a lot more than £100 for an experience.
No.
And you're looking for like the different, which you generally wouldn't get from your home countries. Is that how Tradewinds are looking at this?
Yes, yeah. With the size of the vessel, there'll probably be maybe 3 or 4 options maximum.
Right.
Obviously, to make sure we have a varied offering for everybody, depending on where they've been before and how unique they want to.
So I imagine you're super excited at the moment. We're around the British Isles, second cruise. You're now looking, obviously, when the itineraries do get released, so you're super excited to get the people into some of these amazing ports of call which you're planning to get into.
Absolutely. The exciting thing, or for me anyway, the most exciting thing is that we can visit places that are so small. So whereas a lot of the big cruise ships, they can only go to the larger cities and larger towns, we can kind of sneak in and tender into the smaller places.
So like going somewhere like Portofino and places like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Claire, you've been a superstar. Come and see this lady. She's going to make your holiday the best it can be.
Thank you.
If you're looking to escape and get away from the crowds, and let's face it, on this ship there's not many crowds, but you want a little bit of sanctuary, come down to the library. Loads of books to choose from. They've got board games down here, they've got Scrabble, they've got playing cards. Unfortunately they haven't got Cards Against Humanity that I can see, but they've got Othello, Trivial Pursuit. It's just a nice place to come down and have a relax and not have me bugging the people who are trying to relax while they're in here. I'm now in the heart of the ship. I'm at the Atrium. Every good cruise ship has an atrium. Beautifully appointed, lots of areas to sit and down. You've got chairs, you've got sofas, as I say, usual facilities which you would like to get. Guest relations are behind me. They're there to help you with absolutely anything, whether you need your clothes pressed, looking to order room service, any questions you've got regarding the ship, what time is a guest lecture going on, whereabouts it will be, where you can get food and drink. As I say, lovely area, great place to come have a tea, relax. As I say, this whole ship, as Rachel said right at the very beginning, is about your well-being in your mind and just doing as much or as little as you like. And I say, lovely area to get away from the crowds if you want to and just have a chill. Now in one of the main rooms of this cruise ship, and to many people one of the most important rooms. We're here in the dining room. It is 2 stories. It's very, very beautiful. You've got the sweeping staircases, you've got the captain's table. It is open dinner. You come down between about 7:30 and 8 every night, sit with whoever you like. The food I've been on here has been absolutely sensational. It's been some of the best that I've had at sea. I'm actually quite a fussy eater and I don't give praise particularly easy as well, but the food we've had on our first couple of days has been as good as any that I've actually had, so I'm certainly won't be disappointed. The serving staff have been out this world. They've been offering you 2-3 options. If there's something you don't like, they'll quite happily change it, and as I say, I'm certain you could come on here and have a great experience, and if you're lucky enough you even get to sit with the captain on the captain's table. I'm now in the piano bar. I absolutely love this area. As you can see behind me, you've actually got the swimming pool and the light coming through the portholes, and actually in the restaurant underneath as well, you can look up and all the light comes through, so it's all natural light. Comes alive in the evening with a piano bar or piano man at the end, play some classical music to give you a chill. Great place to be, especially if the weather's inclement. They do quizzes in here and other bits and pieces, so lovely, lovely area. The bar staff are fantastic, and if you're hungry, you can grab yourself a cookie. Here I am in one of the many bars and lounges. Service has been absolutely impeccable on this cruise. The staff have been some of the best I've ever come across, as I said in earlier. I'd ordered a lager top literally before I've even finished the first one, up, giving me a second one and going, hello Mr. Ian, here you go, absolutely service, fantastic. But as in a bar, it'd be rude not to have a beer, otherwise I'd be wearing a face mask, so cheers. We're now in the main bar outside, which is the Horizon Bar. This area doubles up for 2 or 3 different areas, so it's a great area in the evening. We spent a lot of time out here last night. You can actually get out in the Caribbean, have a nice beer. This is where they have entertainment. The other thing is, because it's partially enclosed as well, if the weather is inclement, you should know that it's stay nice and dry. So we'll just have a quick tour. One side. In the evening, the band come out. It takes 2, and it certainly did take 2. Live music. Over here, So it's like an outside dining room. Lovely area, and you spend a lot of time in it, especially in the evenings. Another bar on this ship. As you can see, I like a bar, like my beer. This one's a really important one. This is the pool bar, so it's the main bar up on the top deck. We'll give you a guided tour of the rest of this stunning ship. This is where the ship really does come into its own. This is the main pool on the ship, and for only 270 people, it's surprisingly quite large. I've seen similar sized swimming pools on 3,000-ton ships. Things you wouldn't know, it is a saltwater pool. The water is heated to 4 degrees above the sea temperature, and that is all done by clever mechanics from the heat being produced for other areas of the ship. The thing I love about this pool, which hopefully you've seen in part of the other videos, is you've got glass areas so people can see from inside of the ship. So you can be in the piano bar and you can see people's legs dangling. If you look up in the restaurant, again you also see people swimming in the swimming pool. So lovely ship, lovely pool. It's one of 3 pools on the ship. We're now up on the top deck, looking over most of the ship. First thing you can see is a second plunge pool. As I say, there is 3 on here. There is a huge amount of space down there where all the sun loungers will go. So one thing I feel about this ship, even though there's only 100 of us on here at the moment, the space is the best I've ever been on a cruise ship. It is literally just so wide open. You're never seeing people. It's going to be a really chilled holiday for you. But I think that the highlight has just got to be literally those 34 sails in full finery. I am in the English Channel at the moment, and we've got glorious weather. It's 70 degrees. It's absolutely breathtaking. I can imagine being out in the Caribbean, the Far East, the Indian Ocean. I just think it'll be absolutely breathtaking. If you're into your water sports, you want to go paddle boarding, you're just going to walk to the back of the ship, the marina's going to go down, and you'll be stepping out in that crystal clear waters. Absolutely great for the well-being and well-being of the mind as well. Absolutely sensational. Here I am, Captain Gilder, sailing the Golden Horizon to sunny Dover, actually on the sun deck. This is a lovely area. They do bring sunbeds up here, but this is where a lot of the wellness and well-being goes on. So if you're into a yoga class or meditation, this is where they have somebody who instructs you and gives you coaching on it. It's all complimentary and included in the price. Again, lovely area. Imagine doing this out in the Seychelles or the Caribbean. You're going to be absolutely blown away and very, very relaxed. So now back into the studio after my amazing couple of days on the Golden Horizon. I think it's fitting to finish off with a review of the ship. We've been round there, we've gone through everything, we've had the interview from Rachel, and what do I actually think of the ship now I'm back home, have time to reflect. I think this is a great product. It's a good 4.5, 5-star product. Things which I've noticed, the food was absolutely exquisite. It was some of the best cruise food I've had at sea. I'm a Silver Sea brand ambassador, and the food was, in my opinion, near enough as good as Silver Sea. The service was absolutely amazing. Again, it felt like I was on Silver Sea, and very, very good premium 5- and 6-star cruise lines. They knew what you was drinking, they were topping you up, they were very courteous, they could not do more for you. Would I spend my own money? I most probably wouldn't, but there is reasons behind that. For me, I'm one of these people, I like lots of things, big, going on, entertainment. This is a lot more low key. So if you're a person who likes romance, the sails were breathtaking, good food, great service, all about the chat, talking to people, being a lot more low key, going into some absolutely amazing ports of call because she's a lot smaller than the other cruise lines. It's exclusive, it's romantic, it has something for absolutely everybody. I can imagine being out in somewhere like Croatia, literally go, oh, fancy a little bit of paddle boarding, just dropping the marina, going off, starting paddle boarding. If you're out in the Indian Ocean and you want to do some scuba diving, you can do that. As I say, as a ship, consider it was only second cruise that they've ever run, it was amazing. Was there some teething problems? Maybe a couple of little ones, but I didn't notice. I thought it was beautiful, ship fantastic. So if you fancy a little bit of Golden Horizon, I would say click on the link and have a look at some of the offers, because I don't think you'd be disappointed. She's up against a couple of other big names in the industry. Do I think she'll perform well? I do think she'll perform very well. And as I say, speaking to Rachel, they've got plans for other ships. So I'm certain she'll be coming out and doing the cruise industry some justice. Obviously with COVID, it's known where they're going to go at this precise moment. But as I say, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. If you do, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and hope to see you all soon.